The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. Even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Bueno, vamos a iniciar la campaña del humano. Del humano noble.
Greetings.
regresar a Coastland. Siguiente. Bien, aquí tenemos dos puntitos. Uno va a ir aquí y otro va a ir a robo. Abrir cerradura, mejor dicho.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True, though we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pop, I didn't see you there. How, you remember my daughter?
I see she's become a lovely young woman. Pleased to see you again, my dear.
Lo mismo digo.
My son Thomas asked after you. Perhaps I should bring him with me next time.
No me interesa un matrimonio concertado.
See what I contend with, Hal? There is no telling my fierce girl anything these days. Make her bless her heart.
Quite talented, I'm sure. One to watch.
At any rate, Pop, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
¿Cómo? ¿Por qué no puedo ir a la guerra con Fergus y contigo?
I'm certain you'd more than prove yourself, but I am not willing to deal with your mother if you join the war. She'd kill me if I let you go. She's already twisted into knots about Fergus and me going.
Deja que hable con ella, yo la convenceré.
I doubt that. You know your mother, and she made it clear there is no debate. This is no needless task. I ask you to take a great responsibility. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Kuzland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Vencieron a los engendros tenebrosos hace tiempo.
Not permanently, I fear.
Without their warning of the Darkspawn rising now, half the nation could have been overrun before we'd had a chance to react. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your daughter is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is my daughter we're talking about.
Creo que me gusta la idea, padre.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Por supuesto.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
¿Dónde está Fergus?
Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lass and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Vale, abrimos el libro de misiones y señalamos la misión como activa. Venga, pues nada. Abrimos el mapa y a ver dónde tenemos que ir. A la habitación de Fergus, que está aquí.
I shall do it.
Vale, aquí en guardia.
Good evening, my lady.
Hay un callejón. Y esta puerta da a puesto de vigilancia.
It shall be done.
Oh, my lady, we were just,
Jugando a las cartas.
well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Tern stationed us here.
¿Mi padre teme que puedan robar algo?
I don't know. Nobody has come to look at the treasury.
¿Quién tiene la llave del tesoro?
The Tern. And perhaps the Terner? Honestly don't know, my lady.
Vale, seguí jugando. Hace como si no me hubierais visto.
My lady is very kind to show us such lenience.
Esa puerta está cerrada.
There you are. Your mother told me the Tern had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
¿Por qué me estaba buscando?
I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave.
¿El perro ha vuelto a meterse en la despensa?
No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way in. You know these Mabari hounds. He'll listen to his mistress, but anyone else risks having an arm bitten off.
Mi perro nunca le mordería a nadie.
I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we?
Primero tengo que hablar con mi hermano.
Your mother was quite specific. Unless the castle is under attack, you get that dog before doing anything else. Her words, not mine. Before we go, my lady, might I beg a question? I've heard from several people that a Grey Warden is here. Is that true?
Sí, lo es.
Then, is it also true that this Grey Warden was asking after me?
Quiere examinarte para ver si eres digno de ingresar en su orden.
Maker's breath, are you certain? Can you imagine me, a Grey Warden? It would be everything I've dreamed of. Of course, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Pardon my outburst.
Biblioteca y estudio.
Good evening, my lady.
Hello, my dear girl. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect.
No pasa nada, es que es muy aburrida.
I see you haven't changed. Perhaps it would benefit you to join our lesson?
No, gracias.
Does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself for all the good I'm doing. Damn, that's myself all this while you do this.
Mother says the Darkspawn will all be killed and I won't see one. I have to read this whole
true?
chapter? Some of these words are so big.
Good evening, my lady.
Vale, por aquí no parece que haya nada. Aquí sí. Historia de Felden, capítulo 2. Venga, vámonos de aquí.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my daughter, along with Sir Gilmore. Tell me, Sir Gilmore, has my pup collared that dog yet?
Not just yet, your ladyship.
Darling, do take care of that. That malodorous hound of yours is an excellent protector, but he drives Nan to distraction.
Madre me ha mandado en busca de Fergus.
I'm not asking you to travel to the moon. The kitchen is just around the corner. Sir Gilmore, see that it gets done.
As your ladyship commands.
Good. With any luck, I'll be able to feed my guests before the end of next week. Darling, you remember Lady Landra?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
Pues claro, me alegro de volver a veros.
You're too kind, dear girl. Didn't I spend half the salon trying to convince you to marry my son?
And made a very poor case for it, I might add.
You remember my son, Dyron. He's not married yet either.
Don't listen to her. It's good to see you again, milady. You're looking as beautiful as ever.
Gracias.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great pleasure, my lady. You are as pretty as your mother describes.
You would think that it would make it easier to make a match for her, not more difficult.
Perhaps your daughter simply has a mind of her own, your ladyship. You should be proud.
Proud doesn't get me any more grandchildren.
¿Eres consciente de que estamos en guerra?
Aware that my husband and son are about to ride off to battle and perhaps never return? Quite.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your ladyship. Sir Gilmore.
Vale, las cocinas están aquí. Esto no tiene nombre.
Good evening.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But, mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves, I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you! Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
Siento que esté molestándote, Nan.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way!
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here?
¿Estás intentando decirme algo, chico?
He does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, did you hear that?
El perro. El perro se va a llamar... pero se va a llamar Max.
It shall be done.
Got one!
It shall be done.
Get out of here!
Let us end this.
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
Eso parece, sí.
Those were rats from the Kokari wilds. Best not to tell Nan. She's upset enough as it is. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Arl's men.
Vale, ¿todavía quedan más? No, no.
I shall do it.
Cuarzo. El lote de rata que hay aquí.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
La verdad es que estaba defendiendo la despensa de las ratas. Unas ratas enormes.
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones.
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
Sí, las ratas están muertas. La verdad es que todo está hecho un desastre. Mi fiel sabueso de guerra se ha asegurado de que no hubiera peligro.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then. Take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lady. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
Venga, vamos a ir a...
So, you managed to solve Nan's dog issues? I'll take that as a yes. Good work, darling. Now you should say goodbye to Fergus before he leaves, don't you think?
¿Por qué no puedo ir con padre y con Fergus?
I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off, but we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you?
Si estoy con ellos, podría ayudarlos.
You are here. Trust me, you'll get your chance for excitement soon enough.
¿Sabes que hay un guarda gris en el castillo?
Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
¿Tan malo sería?
There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother.
¿Vas a quedarte en el castillo?
For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority.
No creo que debas irte.
Don't worry, my dear. It won't be long.
Tengo un mal presentimiento con respecto a todo esto.
As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me. But it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty and we have ours. If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana.
Venga, debo ir.
I love you, my darling girl. You know that, don't you?
¿Y eso qué viene?
You've grown up so fast. And now Bryce is leaving you in charge of the castle. I suppose there's no point in dwelling on it. Go do what you must then. I will see you soon.
Esta puerta está cerrada.
Good evening, my lady.
Very well.
Cerrada, abierta y cerrada. Otra, que esta es la que... Abierta. Ahí está Fergus, cerrada. Vamos a entrar aquí. Esta creo que es mi habitación.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren. And I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little sister to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
Vale, ningún engendro podría serle nada a Fergus.
He is as mortal as anyone, despite his refusal to believe.
Now, love, no need to be grim.
Le traigo un mensaje. Padre quiere que parta sin él.
Then the Owl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many Darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
Podrías haber entregado otro mensaje tú mismo, padre.
And miss having both my children in one place before I leave? Not likely.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Oren. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. It's like living with a pair of small boys. Thankfully, I have a daughter.
I'll miss you, mother dear. You'll take care of her, sister, won't you?
Madre puede cuidarse sola, siempre lo hay.
It's true. They should be sending her, not me. She would scold those Darkspawn back into the deep roads.
Well, I'm glad you find this so funny.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Bueno, pues muy bien. Aquí hay algo que coger. Un poco. Ah, bueno, sí, aquí hay un libro.
It shall be done.
Política de Esfera del Edén. ¿Qué te pasa, chico? ¿Hay alguien ahí fuera?
My lady, help me! The castle is under attack!
Está en el castillo.
Best be wary.
It shall be done.
¿Y mi ropa dónde está? No tiene sentido de que yo esté en el dormitorio y no estén mis cosas, tío. Ah, bueno, las tengo aquí en el inventario. Pues bien, vamos a ponernos una daga de hierro. Armadura, botas, guantes. Y esto... Encontraste este silbato alrededor del cuello de tu Mabari. Usar este objeto tiene un poder único. ¿Y qué poder tiene?
Let's not exhaust our supplies.
Tell us!
If we must fight, let us do it quickly.
Get them!
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt?
Estoy perfectamente. ¿Qué ocurre?
A scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Hal's men. Why would they attack us?
Ha traicionado a padre. Nos han atacado aprovechando que nuestras tropas han partido.
You don't think Hal's men were delayed? On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed.
No, estaba en mi cuarto.
We must find him.
¿Aún recuerdas cómo empuñar un arma, madre?
I am no Orlesian wallflower. Give me a sword and I'll use it. Now let's go.
Vale, pues aquí vamos a ver. Vamos a recoger esto. Vale, y a la madre vamos a darle algo, ¿no?
Perhaps we can salvage some things here, darling. Some of your father's belongings are in that trunk.
Un puto champiñón tenía ahí. Vale, daga, espada de hierro. ¿Y esta qué habitación es? De Fergus. Hostias.
No! My little Oren! What manner of fiend slaughters innocents?
¿Por qué iban a hacer esto?
How is not even taking hostages? He means to kill all of us. Oh, poor Fergus. Let's go, I don't want to see this.
It is begun.
Habitación de invitados.
It shall be done.
Oh, dear Landra. I'm so sorry. If she hadn't come to me, if she hadn't been here. Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere.
No quiero que corras peligros, madre.
My only grandchild is a ravaged corpse. What do I care about danger? The front gates. That's where your father must be.
¿Y si padre no está?
Listen, darling. We haven't much time. If we can't find your father, you must get out of here alive. Without you and Fergus, the entire Kusen line dies here. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants' entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me? Then let us be swift.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here!
No seas cobarde, quédate y lucha.
Yes, my lady! Here they come!
Enemy! He's approaching!
Blast it. We'll have to go around.
I shall do it.
Get on! How will pay for what I've done?
It shall be done.
How dare you! To battle! We fight for our home!
It is begun. Very well. Very well. As you say. It is begun.
Vale, vamos a subir de nivel. Perro. Y voy a subir de nivel yo. Vale, vamos a guardar la partida, que no lo hemos hecho. Hostia, esto tiene que ir en la mano hábil.
You will be avenged, old sage. I swear it.
Vitela en blanco.
It is begun.
Equipo de curación menor. Vamos a ver. Aquí tenemos equipo de curación. Estos son los venenos que van a ir al final. Bien, equipo de cataclasma curativa. Más o menos por aquí. Y equipo de curación menor, más o menos por aquí. Bueno, y ya hemos estado. Este es el comedor.
Not exhaust our supplies.
Cut you down! Here I am, killing Come
I shall do it.
We must fight! This is for my own.
Go, man the gate. Keep those bastards out as long as you can. Your ladyship, my lady, you're both alive. I was certain Howe's men had gotten through.
¿Has visto a mi padre?
He was looking for you two. He told us to hold the hall as long as possible. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Howe's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly.
¿Dónde está el guarda gris?
I've no idea. You don't think he's involved in this, do you?
Perhaps he was sent to kill Bryce? Oh dear. Have you seen him?
When I last saw the Turn, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over us all.
I do not fear death. I have nothing else to lose. There is hope yet.
We must get out!
They're slaughtering everyone!
We must get out! They're slaughtering everyone!
We must not exhaust our supplies. I know.
How about
Get off! Best be wary. I will kill them all myself.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce!
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding.
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
¿Qué está haciendo esto Owen?
He can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think.
No digas tonterías, te pondrás bien.
Ah, my darling girl. If only Will could make it so.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go.
Someone must reach Fergus. Tell him what has happened.
Puedes decírselo tú mismo, padre.
Yes. Vengeance.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. Hal's men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My daughter helped me get here. Make her be praised.
I am not surprised.
¿Vas a ayudarnos, Duncan?
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, I beg you. Take my wife and daughter to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
¿Estáis hablando de mí?
You fought your way to me through Hal's men. I think the Maker's intention is clear. I will take the Tyrna and your daughter to Ostagar, to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then your daughter joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
Pero ¿y si Fergus ha muerto?
We will inform the king, and he will punish Hal. I'm sorry, but a Grey Warden's duties take precedence even over vengeance.
Hal thinks he'll use the chaos to advance himself. Make him wrong, bub. See that justice is done. Our family always does our duty first. The Darkspawn must be defeated. You must go. For your own sake and for Ferelden's.
Lo haré, padre, por ti.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our daughter will not die of Hal's treachery. She will live and make her mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes to that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you.
No dejaré que te sacrifiques.
My place is with your father. At his side to death and beyond.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
Joder, vaya tela los comienzos de cada raza y
We will
cada
be
clase.
traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar. on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
¿No os han dicho que mi padre ha muerto?
Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken Highever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
¿Qué clase de justicia?
He will hang. I know that will not bring your family back, but Howe will not profit from this. No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
¿Cuándo volverá?
Not until the battle is over, I fear. Until then, we cannot even send word. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being.
Mientras el Hardhole lo pague, me doy por satisfecho.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
A pesar de lo cual no pareces demasiado tranquilo.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
¿Por qué no? Parece tener en muy alta estima a los guardas grises.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Terran Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
¿A qué te refieres? ¿Qué ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
¿Soy la única recluta?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
Venga, acabemos cuanto antes.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Bueno, pues listo. Venga, guardamos aquí. Pero 2, Ostagar. Bueno, pues tenemos comenzada también y vista la introducción, la historia de un humano noble.